Hello.
So trying to get my computer situated. Sorry, guys. Welcome to the Casual Misfits Gaming Podcast, episode number 34. I almost forgot for a second.
Tres de cuatro.
It's Tres de Cuatro. I still don't think that's right, but one day he will get it.
I got it once.
You did get it once. That's right.
was
I am
21.
Matt Rojas, a.k.a. the Dread Pirate.
21.
With me, we have
Jason's on. There's honor.
Zoner. Next to him,
I'm No Jeans, also known as Ate Rojas.
No Jeans. On the production side, in his swanky red shirt,
I missed out on the no jeans.
you totally did. You failed.
Anyway, this is Robert, or Rob Dog, 1991.
Rob Dog,
1991.
There it
Oh,
is. Was waiting
And
for that
really
one.
quick, CMG is filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Applause.
I'm here again.
That's
Oh,
not
well.
applause. You're horrible. All right. There you go. This is the Casual Misfits Gaming Podcast, where Exlorian stops clapping, and we talk all things video games. Anything that's happened over the week, we go delve into the history of video games. Everything. If there's something to be discussed, we'll discuss it. We get kind of theological on here, too.
Theological.
Yeah, we get into this philosophical
There
debates
you go.
about our theology on gaming.
Absolutely.
It makes sense.
Some of us worship gaming, some of us don't.
Exactly.
Ate.
Theology is not just religious, bro. You need to calm down.
Yeah.
um,
I'm pretty sure that's what theology is.
ah.
But we worship the video games. see?
I'll switch it. Ideology. Better? Yeah, it's ideas about games. Anyways,
All right.
Oh, man.
how have your guys' weeks been? What games have you been playing? Starting with Zoner.
All right. Good week. I'm actually feeling better, so I have more energy
Nice.
than the last couple podcasts there where I've been dying over here. Work's been going good, so that's all good. As far as what have I been playing, I finished the first part of the Gran Turismo. And you're right, that is
The
just the basic
the
beginner driver's thing. Yeah,
driver's cool?
that is
Okay.
very hard. Finished that. That's been fun. Playing that. Playing a lot of Horizon Zero Dawn. And then 2 nights ago, a new little indie game came out.
Oh, yeah? Which
An
one?
indie game. They call it a Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh, yeah. That's a little small
Yeah,
one.
little development team,
Free
putting
to
that
play?
together.
Free to play in Nintendo Store?
Yeah, something like
you got
that.
microtransactions.
Yeah, So started playing that. Within the first half an hour, fell in love with that game.
All right. Save that for when we go into it, but little precursor. You love it.
Oh my god! And I'm not a Mario guy.
You're not.
You've
never- yeah, you've never been
I
a
always
Mario
like
guy.
playing Sonic more than I like playing Mario. I know that's a lot of people don't like that, but this game, wow, go for it. I'll take.
About
No Jeans. How's your week been? What games have you been playing?
week was actually even more busy this time. Didn't play that much. I played some Gran Turismo. Played with Trace on
Trace.
Trace? Did you tell him about Trace?
No,
Okay. Probably a good idea.
he defeated me like easy.
Easy.
Yeah, well, he has a whole rig right now.
He also knows how to race. He competes in the city of Lancaster.
Oh, well, there you go.
Streets
What
of
the
Lancaster
hell, dude?
every week. I just was gonna tell you that.
I was wondering, I'm like, how is like? Because I'm not just
he's
like,
actually pretty good. Yeah.
I'll
How's
be
it
back
going?
After a minute, you guys go ahead and keep rolling.
All right. I guess
we-
we're still rolling.
We have a
Keep
guest.
keep rolling, guys.
All right.
But no, it's. I didn't know that. Now it all makes sense.
Now it all makes sense why he was just handling you.
Because I'm used to playing against you guys and beating you guys all the
Okay,
time.
listen. You don't talk about me. Talk about Joseph. If you want to talk about that.
I beat you E3. I beat you.
You did, but
twice.
you had a better car. You can go screw yourself.
Beat you at PSX.
Both of us did horribly at PSX.
No, I got first. You got second.
No, that was E3. PSX we did not. Well, Lauren, you just popped in the chair.
Let's see. What else have I played? I played Destiny. I've been working on my second character in Destiny. I'm doing a warlock.
Yeah,
He's
I love warlocks.
What are the robot guys? There's
Exos?
Exos.
Exos,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's an Exo warlock. He's at like.
That's what my warlock is too.
Mine
He's an exo.
has a bullet wound in his head.
Watch out.
Ooh.
He's kind of hardcore.
Okay, you know
Dang.
what, Claw?
Watch out.
All right. Hey,
You can just sit here and just take over the show.
If you don't know how this
Robert
chat
told me.
is, if you don't know how this chat or how this podcast works, we're actually filmed in front of live studio audience. We are live on Twitch. If you're listening in the future on Monday, when we usually try to get the podcast up on iTunes, SoundCloud, and YouTube, you don't get to interact with us as much. You can interact by proxy, I guess. You can send in questions and we'll answer them. But this is in front of a chat, and we try to.
Yeah, you might want to zip that up there, sir.
What's on your shirt?
Don't
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
That's the
So
thing. You never ask Chris what's on his shirt.
all right, so we try to respond with the chat and see and anything we're talking about, you can chime in. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you think we're dead wrong, incredibly right.
Always right.
Always right is probably the correct answer. Yeah. And we'll keep going like that. And Claw says now the podcast has dropped in value because Chris sat down where
This is true.
he's not wrong.
People are already asking about his shirt,
This is
which
Very valid.
All
is
right.
kind of vulgar.
Anyways, Robert, how's your week? What games you been playing?
Oh man. Let's see. I played Gears, and I started playing Horde again last night.
Mhm.
And I told you I got to like wave 45, and then
45.
my team like left.
That's the worst.
I can't handle it anymore, guys. Like, I've gotten to wave 30, 35, 40, 45. Everybody just bails. They lose one wave and they can't handle.
That's
There's
the
only
worst.
5 more levels.
I
too, to
know. That's what pissed me off. Like,
This is the first time they died too.
we had all this stuff saved in the fabricator, like over
Mm-hmm.
30,000, and they just bailed. I'm like, I was like, we have so much to work with, and they
Well,
just
how late
bailed.
was it?
It was it was probably late for them because it was like 11:30 for me, so it must have been like 2:30 on the East Coast.
Yeah.
I'll do it, but
Yeah.
still kind of
but
sucks.
yeah, it was
That
really
sucks,
rough,
yeah.
man. But anyway, played that game, had fun, played some PUBG, played some Smite, like always. Another hour of that South Park game, so that's cool.
How's it going now?
It's
Now
getting
that
better.
you played it.
It's getting a little better. They're making the game so you can have more than just one set of powers, so you can like spec into different types of powers, and that's cool. And the story is a little bit better. It's getting better slowly, so maybe hopefully the game gets crazy again. But yeah. Oh, and as I'm done, we will take Zonner, who's coming back in.
Zonner's coming back. As Zonner's coming back in, I'll talk about my week. I didn't play much video games at all, actually. It was my birthday weekend, and I spent most of it hanging out with my buddies. We were playing
Buddies.
cornhole. If you guys don't know what cornhole is, it's like a tailgating beanbag toss game
It
where
is a
you're
game,
where you're
yeah.
trying to toss it onto a board and then into the hole on the board.
Wait, where are you playing?
It's called cornhole. You play cornhole?
In a video game?
No, I said
No,
I
no,
didn't
real
play
life.
video game.
Oh, I'm like, that's it.
Welcome to the conversation, no jeans.
I was listening to the
So
yeah, you know.
Is our weekly cornhole podcast?
yes, weekly.
Yeah, weekly.
And
Every week.
so, and then we just hung out all weekend, had some good beer, just chilled. And then I would have played a lot more games this week had not these guys on my head, the LA Dodgers, been in the World Series.
Dodgers
and
were
that's
on your head.
Yeah,
Blame
these
the
guys.
They're on my
Dodgers.
mind all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah, they. Let me tell you, it's been a stressful World Series. You know, you've been watching. I'm like, I'm beside myself with just
I'm
like,
considering not even watching tonight because my heart is like.
yeah.
But
It's
what if
not
they
good.
win though?
I don't know. I know I'm gonna watch it. I'm just telling you, it's last night's game.
Yeah.
I
And-
don't watch it. How
You
Oh,
Darvish killed us, basically.
But did you see what the player from Houston did in the dugout?
No.
Yeah, because they're not talking about it because it's not a Dodger, so let it go. That guy Curiel, the one who hit the home run.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went ahead and went with some racial slurs in the dugout when he knocked him out of the game. Took his fingers to his eyes, called him, I guess, and I don't, I don't speak the language, but I guess called him a chinito or something, which I guess could be construed as a racial slur. I don't know. I don't.
You can find the root of that and figure out what the
Well,
American racial slur
No, I
is.
get that,
Yeah,
but I'm just
yeah.
saying. Once again, they're not even bringing that to light. But it was all over Twitter last night.
That's horrible. Yeah. So this
because that doesn't fit with the we want Houston to win
Narrative?
because of
the narrative. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my week has not been video games as much as it has been Dodgers World Series and trying to spend time with my family. So it's not a whole lot of gaming. I got Gran Turismo and I still haven't opened it yet. So
you gotta get on that.
I know.
And the game's tonight, the Dodger game. Or
Yes.
dang it. So that means
Well,
you're
I'm
not
gonna be at a buddy's house, a coworker's house tonight. So,
Phased wants to know if we're going to be covering this Mario thing today. I don't even know what the hell he's talking about. but
Mario?
Yeah.
What's Mario?
I don't know. Maybe
Actually,
we'll get into
uh,
something about that a little bit.
Phase we'll be talking about.
Slight
don't worry.
coverage.
Let's
He
get
makes
into
pizza in New York. Mario's.
let's get into this week in gaming. Did you guys know
Yes.
that you can actually receive physical injuries whilst playing sports video games?
Like
Well,
what a
I guess
broken
any
heart
game.
or something when you lose. Or
I mean that's part of it, but so
like how do you
what are you doing, Exploring?
how do you get injuries from playing video games?
How would you think?
Wait,
you
wait,
get
wait,
an
wait. Doesn't
injury?
Ate
Matt,
always
what's
get
that?
injured?
The same thing that the cashiers get?
Oh,
Carpal tunnel?
arthritis.
Carpal tunnel?
Carpal tunnel. Yeah.
Is that what it is?
No, actually, there is a star point guard named Joel Berry the second.
The second.
Very regal. The second.
Very regal.
He plays for the UNC Tar Heels.
What?
He actually
Heels?
suffered a injury that is keeping him out for 4 weeks, and he might miss the season opener. Yeah, apparently he got so mad while playing 2K18 against his manager
He
and
punched a
his
wall?
teammate that he punched a door and
Oh,
broke his
no.
hand.
That'll happen. Hey, you know what?
That's
I'm
perfect
good.
because that's what happens to Ate when he plays Gears.
Exactly.
No, I don't punch walls.
Ate breaks
I
controllers.
Breaks controllers, yeah.
I don't break
I-
myself.
that's
I break
understandable.
something else.
So if you're going to, if you are going to play a sports game, because they're very aggressive. We've all played each other in sports games. If you're gonna do it and get angry, either A, take it out on the controller, or like a pillow, go scream into a pillow. I don't know. Don't punch things because you could very well hurt your career.
And what could help with those problems is heavy drinking, though, too.
Yeah,
That can keep you calm. Yeah, keep you
yeah.
calm.
That'll keep you calm. Yeah.
Or maybe just compound the issue by not doing it as well. You get even more mad. Then you punch like 2 walls.
Yeah. Just let it sink in.
So yeah, I mean that's apparently something you can do. You can get hurt while playing.
Me on PUBG, I don't punch things on PUBG unless somebody shoots me in the head when I'm sitting in a car or something.
I don't know what you're referring to. I feel like you're trying to insinuate
somebody
something
throws
that
a-
I don't know.
Or when I'm playing like Fortnite and I'm coming all the way to the circle and
I'm sorry about that.
and I'm
by the
healing
way.
myself and then you're like, well, I'm not gonna make it. And I'm like, the circle's right there. I'm healing up, and then I just die.
It's a team game. You're in this together. If he was going down, you got to go down too.
If he goes down, everybody goes down.
Sacrifice, man.
Come on.
Think of everybody
Don't forget
else.
Yeah.
about the friendship grenade. I did that too.
Yeah, that was.
It's like a friendship bracelet, right?
Why is even Phased saying that this sounds like Ate on PUBG? I mean, does he play with you guys? Or
I don't think FaZe
he
played this,
must have
but
watched you guys and heard something.
Well,
he's not wrong. We can move on. Destiny 2, we all love it. It is apparently selling really well. 1.92 million units first week.
Alone.
First week alone at retail sales. 60% of it. Sorry.
Well, the first week we all.
Got to read these stats. Hold on. I had it. 45% of it was the U.S.
But here's the thing. This doesn't even count.
PC.
No, it doesn't count digital sales.
It doesn't even count digital
So-
sales.
Believe it or not, this is one of the games that I don't like buying digital. I actually went digital with this one because there's kind of no point to having the disc because you'll never be able to play it in the future. Anyway.
Once the servers go down.
Yeah, so that's why I'm having a growing collection of those.
Okay,
The
so
first was Mag.
1.2
peace.
1.2 million of the units were 66% of it was on PS4. 648,000 were sold on the Xbox One, being 34%.
How many was sold on the Switch?
On the Switch, it looks like they're breaking it down as decimals. It's really long, but it's like 0.0000, and they put that little line over the top.
The infinity?
Percentage, yeah, the infinity
Zero.
sign
Okay.
percentage on sales on Switch for the Destiny 2.
That's
Now,
pretty good for the Switch.
these are impressive numbers, right? The issue is they are down about 45%. Well, let me see. 45%
Of
Yeah.
people playing
of
concurrently.
of the original sales of Destiny 1
Well,
in its first week. So
Yet it was still it's the number one selling console
yes,
game of the year.
so
so
it
far.
means that it's still doing really well. But in first initial impact, it wasn't as big of an impact as Destiny 1, which I find interesting. I thought it actually would have been reversed because more people know
so
about
did
it.
I. That's-
Well, not.
digital.
And that might be
Well,
the
That's
digital.
what it is.
Another thing too is you have a lot of games right now that are stealing a lot of limelight. You have PUBG, Fortnite. You have, other games that are kind of taking away from the Destiny numbers. Whereas when
That's
Destiny
a
2,
great point.
Let's see. Well, go ahead and read it.
Claw says, well, Destiny also launched on PS3 and Xbox 360, along with the PS4 and the Xbox One. So you had an entire generation of 150 million consoles already
Yeah.
out there.
That's true.
That was before these ones came. That was actually a really good.
Multiple generations, multiple platforms. It's not bad. But I think you're right. I think the digital sales, I would like to see the digital sales numbers because VG charts only has them based off physical, not off that digital. There's an asterisk. And they outsold everybody for September. Not surprising. Also, what I've come to just accept is that GTA will also always make the top 10 on every platform every month, even though it's been out for 4 years. So instead of being bugged about it, I'm just going to give him one of these. Good job. Apparently, you're worth it. I don't know. Moving on. The Xbox One X is almost here. This was... no, Jeans, you want to talk about this a little bit?
well, it was just, it's coming out, and people are pretty hyped about it, even though.
I'm excited.
Yeah. A lot of developers are getting out there and saying that it's actually really good.
Well, yeah, of course. On paper, it's good. It's just people actually have to make the games for it. And right
Yeah.
now we have Gears of War 4.
More than that, people.
Forza 7.
Okay, Forza 7.
Sorry. Pod Racer 7.
And then what else?
Well, the one that's supposed to be the killer app on it is going to be the Assassin's Creed.
Oh.
Which I
came
got to
out-
tell you something
came
about
out
that.
this
Pisses
week.
Yeah.
that pisses me off.
Yeah.
Is in this, I don't know how they were able to pull this off, but so Assassin's Creed came out this week, right? And you could play it on the PS4 Pro. Yet, coincidentally, the HDR option for the PS4 Pro is not available until the Xbox One X comes out.
I'm sorry, say that again. I
So
started reading.
basically,
The
what they do.
HDR availability to play it in HDR on your HDR TV
Yeah.
is not available until there's
The
going to be a
X.
patch until the X comes
So
out.
basically, they don't want it being sold on the PS4, is what you're telling me.
They didn't want any push for it to go on the
Because if everybody saw it on the PS4 Pro, they wouldn't buy an Xbox One X.
And Claw says Shadow of War, which I didn't know that too. Shadow of War is supposed to be freaking phenomenal.
FaZe says that he still owes 300 on his, and he's crying about it. Sorry, bud. That
don't know if
that
I'll
is
get one.
painful, but it is first world
Well,
problems.
you know what's more painful is FaZe. I could see him taking and freaking trading in his PS4 to get that Xbox One X. Don't do it, FaZe.
Don't do it, phased. We're looking at you. So it looks to be honestly really good. Now, some people are saying that they have played it and they kind of feel like everybody's going to be blown away by it by first.
Yeah, at first, yeah.
And then it will. It's kind of like the 3D videos. Once you've seen those movies, once you've seen it once, you kind of adjust and you're fine. So I'm hoping it's not that. I'm hoping it just looks beautiful at all times. But these are developers saying it too, that it is a big difference, but it's something that's not so huge because you look at 4K TVs now, and the kind of graphics you're getting in movies and everything, and how's that going to compare? Is this just as it should be, just a small stepping stone?
Well, I mean, like I said before, the fact that they're making the Xbox One X now instead of waiting for the next generation
Was dumb in
consoles-
our opinion.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Because they waited too long, in my
a little,
opinion.
yeah, a little too late.
Yeah.
Because by PSX, PS5 will be announced.
What?
Huh?
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It might be.
Oh my gosh.
Well, either PSX or E3 next year.
Probably
The-
E3 next year.
The PS5 will be announced, and the Xbox One X will have a year or two to be out there, and then until it's obsolete.
Yeah.
Whereas the PS4 Pro is a good
halfway point. Yeah.
And the timing of the PS4 Pro was really,
Yeah.
it was good. It was, halfway through the cycle, whereas this is the last quarter of it.
Correct.
Assuming they're building something else.
All right, let's get into some PUBG.
Did we want to
Wait a
show the
minute.
video? Did you want to show the?
Oh, do you want to show a video?
Well, I mean, there's different things.
Go for it. Show some videos. What's going
the
on?
comparison between Gears of War 4 on the Xbox One X.
Have you seen this?
Yeah, go for it. So what do you have to say about it?
Well, so that right there is the Xbox One S. When
Okay.
it comes back, that's the Xbox One X.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
so I hadn't seen this before.
Xbox One S.
Okay.
Now, Zoner, move out of the way a little bit. There's
So
these
it's
people.
classic, right?
There's people right down here.
Here's the
Go that way.
US.
Go that way.
Oh.
Yeah, this way. Okay. Now we're gonna come back to the other one. Coming back. Okay. Textures look better.
They do, but it's very
$500 better?
it's very minuscule.
It is.
Now, if you have a big TV, obviously this can look really good. But most
Yeah.
people don't have a humongous TV where they need that fidelity.
Which one's which?
The
'Cause
right
it-
is X, the
Is
left
it-
is S.
It looks about the same.
Yes.
There, yes, it's very similar.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I hadn't seen this, and if you're listening to this later, we're sorry. We do a lot of things with a green screen where people can
There's the
watch the
X.
videos and they can see what we're talking about. We try not to
Hey.
leave you out of the loop, but what I can tell you by watching these side by side comparisons, it doesn't look that much better. Now, this is just this game, so I don't know if they just
They upped the textures, obviously.
But
they
remember,
yeah.
they already had the up textures for PC anyway.
Yes. Now, when Claus is on our stream saying, "Man, this looks great on a 1080p stream," well, it's scaled.
it's still scaled.
So imagine, like the left side of the screen would be akin to 720p on a 1080. So it's still relative.
It's still relative.
You
yeah.
could get it out of it. I watched this already this weekend. For half a second, I said, "Oh, I really need the X," and then I said, "Yes, I do."
Alasno says minimal difference.
And again,
She's not wrong.
the only reason why you're gonna need a PS4 Pro or an Xbox One X is if you have a big, 4K
4K.
TV.
And not just 4K. It better be a 4K HDR. 'Cause
HDR.
If it's just one of the early 4Ks,
Yeah, with the fast
no-
refresh
Yeah.
rate,
yeah, there's no point in it.
yeah, it's
which most gamers don't. Most
yeah,
gamers just have a 1080p monitor they play on.
yeah. So now, mind you, they do the checkerboarding, right? So they can give you a better image on your 1080p screen.
They do.
But
Yes.
so I mean, it helps you. But I'm not seeing anything right here that makes me like, oh my gosh, I want to buy it. That's just my opinion personally.
Especially since we already have the PS4 Pro. Had the tables been turned, we'd be gone on the Xbox One X and saying, why do we need the PS4 Pro?
Now, Klaus says the difference will be 60 frames per second.
And he's talking about campaign, and that's true.
Yeah, and that's fine, but
Whereas
they should have
multiplayer
put
still
it in
capped
60
at
frames
30,
per
right?
second in the first place. So that's my opinion. Anything else on the Xbox One X? Are you guys excited for it after seeing this?
To me, there's really no need until they announce like a Halo 6. And then I probably would get it for that.
And
but even
that's-
then, that's still kind of
And
overkill.
I'm going to tell you, having the PS4 Pro,
Mhm.
you guys know I'm getting it because
Your
I
Zoner.
do.
Yeah.
But there is no legit justification.
Yeah, Klaus says also you picked the best looking Xbox One OG game, being sarcastic, I'm sure.
No, that's
That-
the one that they put the.
That's the
I
one
was
that
gonna
they're
say that's when they
using,
put the
yeah.
comparison out, and that game came out last November, so it's not that old.
And if you're
Not
talking,
to
yeah.
mention that game still is
Still
absolutely
playing.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Well, I think that's what he's saying, that we picked the best looking Xbox
Oh.
One S. And
Okay.
whereas the
So you're gonna have-
comparison
I got
is
you.
not very big.
still.
Yeah.
I'm not there on him. We got a Dino So 6. I don't know how to pronounce that, but
He's,
it says
he's
Zoner
dinosaur.
looks happy. For a second, I thought Zoner was racing in Forza. That's how realistic it looks. So I'm still not overly excited per se. I'm still holding to the I don't feel this is
Necessary.
necessary, needed.
Honestly, yeah, it's hard to justify. I guess I'll say it like this:
Mm-hmm.
if you don't have one, or you have an original one, not even an S,
Yeah.
absolutely do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because honestly, if you don't have an S yet, you should. You really
Yeah.
absolutely should. It's remember the original doesn't have HDR. I'm right in saying that, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, even the original doesn't have HDR, so the S is worth having. The S is awesome.
S has the HDR video playback, but
Yeah.
I don't think it has HDR processing, gaming processing.
See, I don't know, but I just know this: the S is a lot faster too.
Yeah.
So I would recommend it for that. Other than that, I'll give you guys more realistic answer after it comes out next week and let you know if it was worth it or not.
And for me, it's not going to be worth it until they put out a
Halo 6.
Halo 6 or something that's gonna. Why am I gonna play Forza when I got GT?
Yeah.
It's not worth it for me, in my opinion.
And I agree with that. But these things, this is one of the, and what a horrible situation to be in and a bad problem. A lot of us on this podcast, and like I know FaZe too. He's like this, like we are. He's an early adopter. Us early adopters.
Get the shaft all the time.
I was trying to find the right phrase to
Yeah.
use to not be too graphic. I mean, we're getting it right now with the VR.
Yeah. Claus
With
in
the
here
HDR
saying.
Oh,
Claus
they're
in here
actually-
saying that Forza is better than GT. Claw. Only bro gamers agree with you. Coda from CA says the F&I phone case, though. Everybody likes your phone case.
By the way, those are for sale. We'll get you those soon enough. Look up F&I Nutrition on Twitter.
Okay.
Shameless plug. All right.
Yeah.
Let's.
Also, you know that they're stopping the PS VR and original SKU.
Yes.
Yep. So
the what?
Yeah,
the original SKU is no longer
It's,
being
Of what?
produced.
That's the
PSVR.
PSVR.
Oh, okay.
They're going to phase that out. Phased for you.
Huh.
They're going to phase that out,
And then bring
they're
it-
bringing in this one.
New one.
And put it this way, they won't even, now, funny you mentioned that, they won't even let me put money down on the new one because Sony's not doing it that way. They're
wanna-
basically not going to sell that one until the other ones go away.
The supplies run out.
You know what else? They stopped the SKUs of the Xbox One Connect. So that's kind of like the same thing, right?
But at least somebody used the VR. The Kinect.
The Connect.
Yeah,
Oh, that has to be on the news, right?
It's
Well,
not,
it's
but we
not
can
really,
talk
but
about it because
yeah.
I brought it up.
So you have to talk about
the
that.
Connect got shut
a
down.
Kinect?
No more support. SKUs are done.
Are you being serious? You don't know what the Kinect is?
No, he's joking.
Okay.
The Xbox Connect that I know one person that used the Connect, and it was for Fruit Ninja,
Who use it?
Michael. But it was fun. For Fruit Ninja, it was fun because you slice the fruit. But that only has so much,
There's so many ways to go with this right now. We're not going to go there.
It's a very flamboyant ninja, okay? Calm down.
And weren't they the ones like pushing the Milo? Was that the one?
Well, that was the original, which, by the way, that was cool. But Milo never came to fruition. It never did. That was Peter Molyneux.
Yeah.
His studio did that.
FaZe says Just Dance. Hello. So apparently FaZe was getting down with the Just Dance. on
Okay, so I
Connects.
never played that game.
Yeah, I didn't do it either. But it didn't do well for obvious reasons. Other people are pushing VR and they're pushing a old camera system that was like.
On the
No.
PS2?
But the new Kinect, the one that just got discontinued for the Xbox One, apparently all over the world that technology is now being used.
Oh, really?
Just not good for gaming.
Yeah.
But it's being used in all kinds of different, because the way the camera's set up, the
And
way
the
it does
IR
depth
and all that,
perception
yeah.
and all
Yeah.
that, it's supposed to be amazing. The way it spies on you in your house, that was good too.
I
Always on
mean,
microphone.
it does things well.
Yeah, but
The way you can tell somebody Xbox turn off over the chat so their Xbox turns off. It's,
yes, it's so I got Day One Edition Xbox One.
Yeah.
Xbox One. I have the Day One Edition. So of course, remember those all came with the Kinect.
Mhm.
The Kinect is still wrapped in the bubble wrap. I never hooked it up.
There's
Never.
really no game that really implemented that technology well.
Klaus says, yep, NASA uses it, but not Microsoft.
See,
There's
exactly.
an issue when Microsoft doesn't even support their own technology.
But like it's used all over, and I think there's in the UK there's quite a few police departments that use it too for surveillance.
They never surveil on their populace in the UK.
I can't say that, Klaus. Sorry. Claw has a comment you guys can read, and
Yeah.
it's true, and that shows. I mean, PS4 has another edge.
All right,
on
so
the
we're gonna
Kinect.
how we're gonna mention it is this. Claw is pointing out that there is adult entertainment now on
the VR.
on PlayStation VR,
Not developed or made by anybody who's affiliated with PlayStation.
which
Yeah.
this stuff's been out since VR. We all know that
Yeah.
pushes every industry.
DVDs,
But exactly
VHS, all that kind of stuff.
everything. But here's the deal with it is when you hear people that experience this, they say there is nothing good about it, that it feels like you're being like taken advantage of. Like it's really bad.
That's
like,
weird.
And I'm talking dudes saying this, not just
Yeah.
the women. The women all say it, but even guys are like, dude. And they're like, but the other thing is, I heard one guy say, this is real funny. He goes, and the other thing, yeah, so it's all realistic until you look down and you're like, wait a minute, I don't have sleeves. They're all covered in tattoos.
I had mentioned that you saying that Xbox turn off. Faye says that his mom used to walk by and say that to turn off his Kinect. She's going by his room. That's funny. And now I want somebody to hook up their Kinect so I can do that. I think we can move on from Xbox One X now on to PUBG. Pretty cool thing that they're going to be dropping in the test servers soon. Bluehole, they already announced this previously, but they're giving us more details on it. There's going to be vaulting and climbing in PUBG now. No more, gone are the days where you have to run and jump and hope you make the jump. You can actually climb up over things, vault things. Is originally going to be like 1.3 meters high was the vault range. It's actually now 2.3 meters high.
So
Robert should be on the screen though, so he can talk with
They're
us
showing
about
all
this.
of this without any weapons. So how does
Now I'm glad you asked.
do you put your weapons away?
No, if
or-
you are vaulting anything, I think it's 2.3 meters or lower, you can hand it
Okay.
and hold your gun at the same time.
If it's higher, you put it
If
away.
it's
and
higher,
jump over.
this is where the climbing comes into play. You have to put it, and the animation is automatic. It's not you have to put your gun away. You jump up with both hands, grab the wall, and pull yourself over the wall. So you can actually vault and climb over walls. A really cool mechanic to this, and a really cool mechanic is that you can actually, depending on how much momentum you have, like in real life, is how quickly you will go over things.
Oh, so if you're running at it, you just like whoom,
Yeah,
jump
so
up,
like
whereas
if
you're
exactly,
stopped, you're like, okay, let me pull myself off.
and that's where the strategy comes in. If you try just jumping up from behind the wall and climbing up to get away, you're a lot slower getting up over the wall, and somebody can shoot you. But if you're running at the wall, you can
you have more inertia. and
more
momentum
inertia,
going.
and
Okay.
same thing with vaulting and everything. So it adds actually a pretty cool mechanic. And Robert's dropping stuff
What are
back
you doing over there?
behind production.
Glad they have nice things.
That you've seen on the video right here, if the window is big enough, it's not a little small dinky window, you can actually vault through windows now.
Oh, so no more doing
And
the double
you
crouch
can actually
jump.
vault and roll through the windows. It adds to me a very cool mechanic to the survival that makes it a little more realistic.
When does this thing hit Xbox?
I believe it's November. You're
I'd
gonna
like to
have a
play it.
gaming PC though, right?
Yeah.
Soon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just hurry up
probably
and play it on
December.
PC.
So
Play it on PC.
I'll play it on Xbox.
Nah.
you're gonna want to play on PC.
You're gonna want to play it on
I'm
PC.
telling you. I think it's a really cool element. I wanted to ask Robert, you play PUBG all the time. What do you think about it?
So after seeing Cameron bust out windows and jump out windows like a madman, I think this is gonna be really cool. Because now you can get all kinds of different points and leverage, and it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah. I honestly just think it adds a.
Well,
Look at that.
it-
Yeah,
You
just gonna
guys
flip
really
over a
need
car.
to do a PUBG podcast. I swear to God, you guys love this game
We could
so
talk a
much.
whole 2
It is.
hours
I
on
mean,
just PUBG.
You guys should do that.
It's going to make
I'm not
movement a
kidding.
lot easier.
Movement a lot
I'm
easier.
not kidding.
Because you get stuck on stupid things all the time in that game. and-
Yeah, and that's what I've loved about this game is that it's constantly progressing, constantly pushing what you can do in the game, and it's not just being stuck in a beta phase and then giving you the release game. That's
It's what
that
a
beta.
should be.
It's actually what a beta should be. You're right. That
It's a
is
real
gonna
beta.
push until when we get that final game, we're like, yes, this is the final game that we didn't know we wanted, but we have it now.
And you're getting, actually, the final game, they're actually getting physical copies
Yeah, they announced that
for Xbox.
Good.
Faye says CMG PUBG team. We could do it. We love it. We've chicken dinnered a few times, all of us respectively. Not all of us together though, so that might be an issue. Might need to work on
we
that.
did it together, Robert
Yeah.
and I.
Woohoo! I just think it's a really cool mechanic now. Like it makes it more realistic that fight or flight mechanic. You can jump through the windows, jump over walls, get out of there. It's not like crap. I got to go around a wall and then you're just running for forever, and they can just tag you and you're down. So,
I can see it backfiring though if you like jump into a building, into a room full of bad guys, you just vault through. Ha!
People are gonna start vaulting.
hey guys, I'm gonna just no poker. I get it.
Gonna-
I wasn't invited. I'll go.
They're gonna misjump.
It's like
in
the scene
Gears.
in Saving Private Ryan when the wall breaks down and all the Germans
Oh,
are.
the
Germans.
It's gonna be a lot of like mistake, run.
Mistakes were made.
Flash.
All right.
Fire.
What else do we got?
Plenty of stuff. Zoner never wanted to stay on a PC game for long.
Too late for that.
Now this isn't video game related, but it's kind of straight out of a video game, and it's a little scary to me.
That's horrible.
Yeah, new Amazon service called Amazon Key.
Oh yeah, this is stupid.
Immediate reactions from the CMG crew.
So I'll take
No.
thumbs
Everybody's not happy about
Let's
this.
just give up our freedom for you to give me crap.
Yeah, I need my eggs put in the fridge. Here,
We're
come
this
in my
much
house.
much
No.
closer to Skynet.
down. Is that really?
Yes.
So here's what it
No.
is. Let me explain. So if you don't know what Amazon Key is, they have a
not
new
out yet.
service. It's not out yet, but it utilizes the Amazon Cloud Cam, their new security camera, and their smart lock. They have different styles that you can install on your door. What this allows the Amazon delivery service to do is, now we'll first start the positives. What you can do with it. What you can do with it. It's got good security. You can see who's coming to your house. You can, with an app on your phone, unlock the door if, say, you have a cleaning service. So you don't want to give them a key. They show up, okay, ding, you unlock it for them. When they leave, you lock it. That's a plus for yourself because you can control it by yourself. Where we get into an issue, in my opinion, is that if you sign up or if you use Amazon Prime and you elect to utilize the Amazon Key for your deliveries, the actual driver can walk up to your house and with an app on their phone, unlock your door and then put your package within your house. Now, what they say is this is to prevent theft.
And
Okay, hold on. This is to prevent theft. This is to prevent packages not being able to get to you because you need a signature or whatever. This actually goes into your house.
And more importantly than that, what it's for is Amazon has acquired Whole Foods, and they want you to be able to get your foods, and they want to put them in your fridge for you.
No. So this actually, the drivers are trained not to be. They are told not to actually enter the house. They're not allowed to enter the house.
No, but the whole point of this is for down the road.
Down the
That's what
road.
they're saying. That's what this was.
So maybe
it's all about increments, man.
Yeah.
And by the way, this is not aimed towards people my age. Apparently, not even your guys' age. But you guys are not millennials, right?
Technically, we are, but
because
we're
they're saying this is aimed towards millennials. That millennials do not care about privacy.
they're lazy.
And there it is.
to me, this is freaking scary. You're giving somebody access to your house, and sure, we've trained our drivers not to go into the house. Doesn't mean they won't. Doesn't mean there's
But
that
look-
one
look
guy.
But
at
at
this.
least you'll be able to record them stealing your stuff
And
or killing your family members.
and not only
You
that,
get, at least you get it on tape. You get a good video.
So they're going to jail.
not only that, but this is now hooked up to Amazon,
Yes.
right? Which
Mhm.
means Amazon can now look into your cameras in your house, even when they don't need to go to your house. They can just it's automatic.
there.
It's automatically getting
Yes.
backed up. They can see everything. They can know when you're sleeping, when you're. They can.
Santa Claus.
All right.
Uh,
But and also another thing too, big things like this can get hacked.
Yeah,
And
you
that's-
can't tell me they're not going to get
and it's
hacked.
like, oh, we have all this big security.
What are you talking about? Nothing big ever gets hacked.
Equifax.
Yeah. Sony.
PlayStation, Xbox.
Yeah, none of them. Not the big ones.
Let's see. Let's look at the chat right now and see if they agree with us or if they're a bunch of millennials that want this in their house.
Everybody's no.
because this is targeted to millennials, right? We've got
Sounds like a bad idea.
Claw going nope. Jillian R14 going flippin' creepy. Creepy. Sorry, creepy.
He's
They're
doing
crip
it.
walking.
Sometimes
They're
it's
crip
creepy.
walking.
It's creepy, you know.
Yeah. A last no going. Oh hell no. Claw again. Double no. Now this is actually a good idea, Claw. He said if you have a double door, like if you have a second door, like say you have a
Yeah, but they're gonna know you have a second door because they have a camera in your house looking at the second door.
Let's just
no,
make
that's what
our
I'm saying. But a
house into
second door that they
pawn
can't
shop.
get into.
Well,
you
like
put the
my
smart-
house, I could put this thing on the gate before you come into the what the
Exactly.
hell is that area called, the court?
Yeah,
Or-
courtyard. Yeah,
Yeah, so they can put it on there, or they could just leave it outside and just hope for. And by the way, I've been hit at Christmas time by the people that come and steal the
Yeah.
packages. I'd rather deal with that on occasion than give someone the free. That's the problem. You know what? Never mind. I'm
You
gonna
know
start
what?
going off.
Don't go into tangent. But
Yeah.
Claw,
This is not gonna go.
Claw makes a really good joke. He said, "Guys complain about someone always watching them as
See,
they live stream."
The thing is, we're not live streaming from our house. We're in an
And
established
by the
studio.
way, this studio in this building,
Mm-hmm.
I have 1 million cameras here.
but
Yeah.
it's a
And-
business.
And by the
it's
way,
not
they
a-
go up. Yeah, they go to the web. They don't just
Yeah, but
stay
it's-
here. It's and by the way, how many years did it take me to even do that? You guys know how I am about that.
Yeah.
So you have to do it. But at my house,
Yeah, this is a business. Not
instead of
like,
having a
home.
camera at the house,
get a guard dog.
not a guard dog. It's a guard tool.
Here's the
I
thing.
have a few of those.
Here's the thing. I know me.
Your
Oh,
friend Smith and
On
Wesson.
that note, the family wants to go on a
Excursion?
with you.
Okay.
Because they all want to learn.
Okay.
Everyone. And I said, I'm not the guy to teach you because, quite honestly, you will never meet a worse shot in
All
your
right.
life than me.
So back to this. I would never get this because I know me. I'll be home one day from work, forget I have a package coming or something, sitting there watching Netflix in my boxers, and the door's gonna open. I'm like, well, this is awkward.
Hey, buddy.
The thing is, they wouldn't know.
said it right
Messi, no,
there.
they wouldn't know you're home because the camera can see in your boxers on the couch.
It can't. No,
They-
no.
they'd
The
love to
camera,
come.
the camera
but
is
he's
situated
saying
for the
they
door.
Still can.
Yeah.
Hey, but listen, you guys, both of you, service techs that went into people's homes when they were not home,
Yep.
thousands of times.
Thousands.
Okay. Now, imagine that what these people, you were going there to help the people and to fix something.
Yep.
And by the way, they had to give permission. They have to give written permission. They have to give permission over the phone.
Mm-hmm.
How many times before you're allowed to even get those keys are things double, triple checked before you're allowed to go and repair something?
Yeah, it's just like one
And
and done.
even if we were there yesterday fixing something, it's not an end all be all PTE
Yes.
permission to enter every single time.
Whereas this is just a one and done. You just go in.
And mind you, we'll give you some background on this. I didn't realize it was gonna be this long of a talk, but we have both, Ati and I, had permission to enter somebody's home.
Yes.
We have both entered somebody's home to do the said work that we had permission to do.
By the
and
way,
we have,
after pounding on the door, letting them know you were there.
oh yeah,
we
this is a
pound
good
on
story.
doors. We pound on doors. We yell when we get inside the house, maintenance, maintenance. We're here to check your AC. We're yelling, right?
Yes.
We have both, and respectively, at different times. One was on my birthday. That would have sucked. And you at a different time. We have both had guns pulled on us
I've had it twice.
inside somebody's home.
The first
It's
guy,
freaking scary. First
first
of all,
guy had a shotgun, and because I'm going there to change filters, I noticed the computer's on. I'm like, huh. I see the computer's doing an update. Like it's still early on in the update. I'm like,
Yeah.
they must have just walked out.
Ate sits down and plays some PUBG.
This was pre-PUBG.
This was
He walks in
years
with the
ago.
shotgun. Ate's like, is that in game?
You
Is
know,
that
we
real?
knock, hello, maintenance, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to change the filter. All of a sudden, the door opens to the upstairs room. This big black guy, tall, like menacing looking, like he's strong, with a shotgun in his hand. He's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I'm just here to change your filter. He goes, well, I didn't know about it. It's like, we told you. And
Yeah.
We sent out notices and everything. Then he goes away and unloads his shotgun. You hear,
Yeah, unloads it. That's great.
yeah.
and then the second guy, at least this guy, the
Same house.
no, this Asian dude. What?
Keep going.
This is
At
how
least- at
Ante
least-
classifies people.
Well, it's a nationality anyway, or whatever. At least this guy was smart. He peeked around the corner and surveyed, what's going on. And goes, oh, okay. And you can tell he had something. He goes and puts it.
He was a
away.
cop.
He had to be some.
I remember he was a cop. That one was
You
a
know,
cop
he
because I
would've-
actually called on that one, and they said he was a cop.
He wouldn't have had to do that if he had an Amazon security camera.
There you go.
No, but so mine was actually funny. I do the same thing, bang, 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 open the door, and I immediately know somebody's home. The way I know somebody's home is upstairs I hear a shower going,
Well, both mine were asleep.
and I hear, I don't know, like there's pop music, and then there's like girly pop music.
Uh-oh.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Like the girliest of girly pop music.
That's like, damn,
I
I'm in
can't
my
give
own
you
home.
an example, but it was, right? And it was a little like oxymoronic, like it was weird because I'm hearing this and I look over and I see combat boots and samurai swords. I was like,
This is my place. Okay.
I was like, what is going on? And then as I'm looking over here, I look up and I hear, what are you doing? And like big buff, he was black, African American dude, pointing a gun at me from up the stairs. What are you doing? There's profanities in my apartment. I'm like, whoa, man, I'm just here to
Maintenance
check
guy.
out your AC. I was here, he's looking at me, and yeah, he was in a towel. He was in a towel with this
He's all, well, since you're here.
with this pop music blaring and just staring at me with a gun. And I'm like, this is the most awkward. Like beyond the fact that you point a gun at me, I feel like this is more embarrassing for you than it is for me. And I was just like, I'm gonna go. He's like, oh no, you're good. You can come up and check the filter. I'm like,
I don't want to check your filter now.
I'm like, we're cool. Yeah, man. And he was an off-duty cop, so he's like super heightened,
Go up to him,
sensitive.
You like Katy Perry? I like Katy Perry.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
What's the one movie with Terry Crews singing in the car with the do?
I don't remember.
And I Need You. Remember he's singing
Yeah,
the
he's
whole.
doing-
All right.
Okay, wait. What if I get the Amazon guy
And this
to
is
come
our video
by?
game podcast.
Yeah, we're talking about us getting gun points now.
Can I write like notes like in Domino's, be like walk my dog? He opens the door, he's like, oh shit. Take the dog for a walk.
Well,
Man.
that's the plus is they say you
That's-
can let
that's-
somebody in to watch your dog or whatever.
That's the next phase.
Next phase, Amazon dog walking.
All right. What's the next thing?
Anyways, we could probably move on. I didn't realize the Amazon key was going to be that big of a conversation. That was not
That could have been
planned.
our nitty gritty.
That could have been our nitty gritty.
Oh well.
So let's go to something fun.
All right. What do you say we talk about some Nintendo news? Now, you all know the Mario Kart, right? You know the F-Zero type Nintendo games. That's what you always see out of Nintendo, right?
Is this
Yeah.
Burnout?
Have you ever wanted more?
Wait.
Is this Burnout?
No, this is their first racing simulator game.
Looks like Burnout.
Well,
This is going to be on the Switch?
this is going to be on the Switch. This is called Gear Club Unlimited, and they're very clear to say it's kind of your hybrid simulator. It's not as in-depth as your GT Sport, but it's not as arcadey as your Forza.
Actually, that might be a sweet spot.
And they say that it's right in between. They utilize those two things. So Claw, everybody knows that Forza's arcadey and not actually racing simulator.
Hey,
It's what?
Kist is here.
Hey,
How's it
Kiss.
going?
So this is right in between there, and who's the developer? Eden. They've done 20 years of gaming. They did the V Rally back on the PlayStation days.
Okay, I remember that game.
So they have years of
You know what's funny is this.
Why
this
was the wheels
actually
moving when
has
the car
a,
was stopped?
spinners, bro. Spinners.
No, this has an old feel to it.
Yeah, like
And
I said,
I kind of
it
like
looks,
that.
It looks like an old Burnout 3.
Yeah, I kind of
it's-
like it.
And there's a lot you can do. There's over 400 different cars you can get, and it's kind of that hybrid where and you can make it as beginner or advanced as you want. If you don't want all these different tinkerings on it, you can say you're more of a beginner
You know,
and turn off, and you can keep the auto steer on. If you're more, advanced, you can take it off. You can tune
Yeah, this is
different-
Burnout 3.
You can, yeah, it's pretty much, yeah.
Yeah,
But
this
you
is-
can, but you can tune all the different parts. Now you can't get into as in depth as the GT, where you can actually switch gear ratios and everything.
I'm telling you, this sounds, in theory,
It sounds
this
awesome.
is very good.
Like this is another thing that Nintendo's doing that is showing us that they are trying to support and make a quality kind
Well,
of hybrid console.
And I will tell you, the Vita went its entire lifespan
Mhm.
without a decent racing game on it. You basically would have to get, which is what I did. You have
Yeah.
to download Gran Turismo for the PSP,
and put it on there. Yeah.
put it on there, and then that was good.
But this is, I mean, and this is them again reaching out to a third party, saying, "You handle this. We know we don't know how to do this. This is not our gig. You make a game that people are going to want to play on our system." And I never in a million years thought I would see a realistic racing simulator, not as realistic as GT,
And
but not as arcadey as Forza
but on the go.
on Switch on the go. Like this actually blew my mind when I saw it last night.
Yeah, I didn't know about this, and I'm going to tell you, they've been talking about the Switch's attach rate. Every decent game that comes out, the attach rate is above 72%. So I'm talking ARMS, Splatoon. These are not like big games.
I totally forgot about ARMS. Does
Yeah.
that still have legs? Heh.
No, they're still supporting it.
people
These
still playing?
games are at 72. Well, you all know about Zelda was like over 100%, which how that happens, I guess collector's editions, whatever.
Yeah.
But the attach rate, so it's not so much of a gamble. If they're the only ones putting this out and it's decent, dude, they're gonna make their money.
Easily. Who doesn't like driving a freaking, Mustang Camaro or a Porsche around?
This isn't Forza. I mean,
No, this isn't Forza. This
it's
is
got
actually
the same little arrow design thing.
Well,
they
they
all
all use
have that. That's
And you
that's
could
your
always
brain.
take that off too.
But come
That
on.
that actually was a GT Sport started
Really?
that. Yeah, or GT, not Sport, but it basically
The
lets you know
racing
the
line.
angle you want to come in at.
I hate that
And-
so much.
well, you can turn it off in every
I know,
every
but
sport
still,
in every
I feel
game.
like it shouldn't be in racing
Oh
games.
no!
Well,
I
because
love,
if
I love it on the motorcycle ones.
It's
like
good for
MotoGP.
training you to figure out how you because you'll look at the lines. They go yellow and red. That's how you need to brake. So it's good for training on how to drive realistically, when to apply your brakes, when to apply the accelerator, and once you're to where you're pretty advanced, you won't need it anymore. But it is good to bring people
I
up.
mean, I could see that in like a training mode, but
And some
No,
people
but
just
it's I love
yeah.
that it's your choice. You can
Your
either have it, though.
preference,
Even Gran Turismo, as hard as it is,
Sometimes you need it
I
on,
kn-
on the really.
but I haven't used it yet. I mean, and I usually don't.
there
I don't
goes
use
Honor.
it.
Good job.
And let me tell you, I am not that good at that game, and I play on the advanced settings. I don't, because the second you go to intermediate, it just dumbs it way down. What do you play
Yeah.
on?
I play on advanced, and then once in a while, when I'm doing like the driving schools, when it's like the 3S turns, and
Yeah.
then it's like, okay, I gotta see how they're attacking these
You don't watch
corners.
the video?
I do, but the video is misleading.
My issue with the intermediate and the beginners is usually like applied brakes, like brake assist. I cannot deal with that.
Oh no, I turned all that
like
stuff
I
off,
like taking those
The only thing
corners a
you-
little harder than most.
which is not good
well,
racing etiquette.
well, no, but like if you can do it if you
Renegade.
do it properly, they are very safe with the corners. They like. Okay, now you're going, and like that's what happened. That's what
Some of
happened to
them
me
on
at,
Gran Turismo, you have to
PSX. Was the brake assist was on? I couldn't turn it off, and I'm like, "Do you guys know brake assist on this?" They're like, "Oh no, we did." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm like taking these corners at like no speed. I can't get up through
Oh
anything."
yeah, no. The only thing I turn on is the line on the
Yeah.
on the hard sections
Yeah.
when I'm doing stuff like this. But no,
And once again, it's not like you're hurting anybody.
Claude has a question for you, No Jeans. Why is No Jeans play driving games
a
when
good
all
question.
he does is
That
drive?
is a damn good question.
He gets home and he's like, I need to keep driving.
You know what would really make me relax right now? Getting on the road.
well, you should see me drive my work vehicle.
He actually has somebody in front of him spraying down the lines as he drives.
No.
From place
I have
to
a
place.
spotter on my passenger seat. He's like, take left here, take right.
And we actually, Claus putting out that we misquoted him. He says, "Why does No Jeans play diving games
Yeah,
when all he does is drive?"
that's not what he meant to put. Yeah.
Obviously.
Greg Louganis action.
So, getting back to this game, this Gear Club Unlimited,
It's a long.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'll be getting this game.
was not expecting this. I don't think any of us were expecting this. And this is another step in the right direction for Switch. As we're talking about the issues we've had with Nintendo, with Xbox, we have our issues with PlayStation, but I feel like those two really went downhill. But we've seen in the last year Xbox making moves to get better under the leadership of Phil Spencer. Switch making moves to trust third parties, not rest on their laurels, and actually push their system to a bigger market.
Yeah.
I mean,
The only thing that, if you don't have a PS4 and Xbox, then yes, you should get that game. But since we already have those,
No,
not
for me, it's for on the
yeah,
go.
On the go.
On the go.
Cool. Yeah.
see, I'm already driving when I'm on the go, so I don't need to play.
No, but if you're
Auntie's
you know,
driving his
I mean,
car while playing this
traveling,
game.
you know,
yeah,
going on
traveling.
vacation or
If
whatever.
I'm you know at a conference or I'm at a training out of town, that'd be perfect in my hotel room playing a game. I don't have to lug
Skipping
a
his
PS4
training.
or whatever.
You'd be playing PUBG anyways.
I would be playing PUBG. But
Oh yeah, because
Yeah,
of
on-
course you would, because hotel
Marriott
Wi-Fi, is,
yeah.
is the best.
Woo-hoo.
hotspot.
Oh yeah, company hotspot. That'll be fun.
Company hotspot. So we can move on, but I was really excited about this. But we are going to continue on the Nintendo train right now, and we're going to talk a little bit about what FaZe wanted to talk about, which is Mario Odyssey. It came out, and the scores are through
Which
the
they always are.
roof,
For
which they
Nintendo
always
games.
are.
But this time, they're worth it.
This time, and I
Wow.
agree with Zonner, based off the little bit of I've seen, I actually went and watched, because all we had were those basic gameplay videos about him. He's in a town now, going through like a New York City kind of whatever. There was not much that made me like, okay, I want to play this, because besides that it kind of looked like the Mario 64 feel of mechanics, which I love. That's my favorite Mario, is Mario 64. Let me tell you, this game is freaking awesome.
Yes, it is.
Yes, let us know his hat does come to life.
His hat
His
actually
hat-
is living.
It actually possesses things.
Yeah,
This is actually a satanic game that Nintendo's trying to get everybody in on. But
yeah. Subliminal messaging.
Yes. This game is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
This game, the controls, I love them so far. You guys haven't got to try it. You haven't seen yet how it mixes back in the old style 2D platforming.
I
Which is-
actually saw that.
Okay,
That's what made me.
But it feels even better than the old games did. And the only thing I could say about this game, and the best compliment I think any game, quite honestly, can get,
Mhm.
it's just fun.
I was playing it this morning. You brought it in.
Yep. I wanted you guys to play it. I
And
wanted you guys to experience
It
this
is
game.
just fun. Like, honestly, if you haven't bought a Switch yet, and I'm with you, I'm one of those people. This is a reason to buy the Switch.
That's racist.
This is finally a reason to buy the Switch, because this game is that good. And you've heard us talk many times, if you've been following us for a while now, about the Nintendo metric, about how they put out any game that's a Nintendo game and it gets 10 out of 10 across the board because it was just better than the last one they put out. And
Or because they all have that nostalgic feel, and that's
Nostalgic
who they
feel,
grew
yeah.
up loving. And
there's never been a game to me that's like really like now Breath of the Wild did push the boundaries of what a Zelda game is, but when I compare it to Horizon Zero Dawn, I wasn't like, oh my gosh, this game's the best game ever, right?
That's just the worst comparison to make. It's just like,
But that's what the people were comparing.
That's what they're comparing it to.
Really?
Yeah.
They're
What?
because they're the same style game, that RPG, open world,
what's that?
Horizon Zero Dawn and
Oh.
Breath of the Wild. But this game, this is a game where I feel it's not gimmicky like the Galaxies and the whatever. This game is something where I feel they brought the best of that Mario 64 and the best of Mario mechanics and the old school flashbacks to that 2D platforming, where I'm actually excited to play this game, and I could see myself losing myself in this game.
I am loving it. I'm playing it. I'm probably about 3 hours in now,
Okay.
maybe a little more. Because the other thing is that this game is doing that most games do not do for me, especially nowadays. When I'm not at home playing it, I want to be at home playing it.
Yeah.
I want to play this game, and I'm not going to play this game on the go. This game is too awesome. It's too pretty.
It is,
I want to just play it. I want to look at it on the TV. I want to watch it. And You know, it's just fun. It's just fun.
How does it look on your 4K TV?
Unbelievable. It's amazing. It is freaking amazing. And that's why I'm but you know, it's
Your
still
TV
only-
must have a good processor.
What I like about
Scaling
this
from
scaling from 980 to
yeah.
this, yeah.
4K.
I'm excited. Now you got to play it, Ate, a little bit too. For me, it instantly pulled me in because I love Mario 64. Love it. For you, you're not a huge Mario fan. I don't think
No.
you've ever been. You like
Neither
Mario
have I.
Kart. You like Mario Kart.
Well, that's because it's racing.
Yeah, I know.
Ish.
You've never been a big Mario fan. You're more of a Sonic guy,
Yep.
Zoner. You've put 3 hours into this. You're sold. No Jeans, you've put about 15 minutes into this. Did you like it? Was it something?
No.
No? Give me your
I don't like the controls.
interesting.
The controls feel wonky. Your alignment when you're like trying to aim at something, you're always missing. You're always missing something, or you're moving around. You're oh crap, and you're sliding a little bit. Oh crap, I'm trying to jump onto this. I missed again, and I gotta realign. It's very not.
The mechanics are difficult.
Well, just
And
jumping on top of a Goomba. It's like
because we're used to the Mario that's the side scrolling.
Yeah, this is a 3D platform.
The way you have to treat this is like a 3D platform, but the way you have to aim is like a twin stick shooter. It's
I know.
more along that lines where you have to make sure that camera
Okay.
is angled exactly where you want to go, or else you will. Like when I started playing it, I was missing. I'm like, and I started treating it like a twin stick shooter where you use that camera to get exactly where you need to go, and I was hitting everything. I was jumping. I was landing, and it became really enjoyable to me. Brandon 1993 says, "Frickin' Ate, man, user error." Oh, dang.
Anyways, I don't like.
Brandon just moved up on Ate's list.
Dang.
He's already at the top of the list.
So
Oh, he's at the top of the list right
like I,
now?
like I
Oh.
said, this game, playing as the dinosaur was fun.
Oh, that would be fun.
It's fun. I'm enjoying, quite honestly, so far.
And tell you
every
what, I
single
don't like that Pro controller.
I didn't mind it.
It feels
I
like a
think
piece of little. It feels like plastic,
It does feel light,
and
yes.
it feels
Yeah.
like if you drop it once, it's gonna shatter into a million pieces, and the vibration feels like a speaker's muffled underneath
Yeah.
the newspaper.
Honestly, I'd play with the Joy-Cons, and Claw's actually saying the same thing. Motion controls makes this game better. He says motion control over controller only. And I'd probably
What's
agree.
funny
As I
is
was,
how funny. Mostly every other review, they're saying Go Pro controller, but once
but
again,
Claude just said, "Don't go."
see,
Yeah.
I've seen people that actually say use the Joy-Cons because, so you know how you have to like wiggle the controller to make it like
Oh
spin
yeah,
around
that was
you?
annoying too because
You have to like literally hand off and move. Yeah, move the
Wait.
controller.
Yeah, because you can't do that with both hands. So you take your one hand off, you do this, and then you have to
Yeah.
reorient it yourself. back
Versus
onto
the Joy-Con, you run around with this, and then you can do this to, you can move your right hand, shake it to do the
shake it all about.
shake it all about. Yeah, to do that the hat tricks and
Hokey
everything.
pokey.
Yeah. That is what it's all about. Thank you, Robert, for completing that.
So I love the game.
So far, based off it, I really like it, but this is the kind of game I've been wanting. I think Ate needs more convincing. He'd probably have to sit it down with it for like an hour or two.
I do think he would need that, and I think he would like it because it's, to me, like I said, I can't complain about any of it. I'm really enjoying it. It's
Why
overwhelmingly
did Mario just
fun.
take it over a person?
Because it's what he does.
Isn't he already a person?
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
it's
the
a
hat
different
took
person.
over. It's like
yeah, but you're a person. Like if I were to take over you, it's like you were.
It's a little. I told you this is a satanic.
it's a little satanic.
You're just gonna go to New York and possess everyone.
Yeah.
This is how
It's your astral imaging. You're
Yep.
you're putting yourself into somebody else, controlling the brain.
Doctor Strange.
Anyways, this is a game that makes me actually want to buy the Switch. Ate not yet. He's still holding out for Metroid 4.
Me, it finally justifies the
It
Switch.
finally justifies having the Switch. Robert, what do you think?
You get to play it, right?
I'm still waiting for the Pokemon game.
Still waiting for the
I'm
Pokemon
waiting-
game.
waiting
Is
for a
that coming
flagship
early
Pokemon
2018?
game.
Did they say?
I don't even know. I have no idea. I haven't looked into it. I'm just gonna be surprised when it happens, and that's when I'll buy a Switch.
That's when he'll buy the Switch.
That's when I'll buy the Switch.
I'm going to tell you. Try getting one of these at Christmas time this year. Good luck. This thing is going to sell crazy.
I'm
That's
gonna
what
try.
I'm worried about.
I probably will wait until like February or something until I get one, if I get one. We'll see.
All right, so we've talked some Xbox, we talked some Nintendo. We're going to talk a little PlayStation right now, a little Sony. They are hinting at the Gamescom Paris being
Paris Game Show, right?
game show. Yeah, it's going to be some big announcements. Is what they're saying. They're saying that what? You can't just laugh and not talk about it.
Your wife asks Robert, when are you going to finish Last of Us?
Save that for the claw. Save that for the claw. They have actually come out and said that E3 was only half the story.
Yep.
We were pretty impressed by what they came out with E3.
mm,
I was impressed by like what I
liked
saw, the God of War. They gave me
yes,
more
yes.
everything that I wanted to see.
but you could tell when you watched the E3, like it wasn't as.
They're holding back
Oh.
something.
Before I forget, I'm going to bring this up.
Okay.
Okay. A PlayStation, Xbox. Crackdown.
Mm-hmm.
3.
Got pulled, right?
Yep.
I have a theory why that got pulled.
They got pulled? I don't remember
But
that.
We talked about it.
been
Oh,
pushed.
it's pushed. Yeah, pulled and pushed are two different things.
No, no.
I knew what
but
it meant.
Yeah.
do you know why I think it was done?
Hmm.
And you wait, and you're going to see it's going to have a mode in there. I think they didn't put it because they want to release it to have that battleground
Oh,
PUBG type of freaking thing. Doesn't that make sense?
It does make sense because
Dude, I just thought of that the other. I'm like, why is Crackdown not out? They said it was going to come out in November. It was because that's one thing that pisses me off is I was looking forward to that game with the Xbox One X,
Yeah.
and I'm like, why would they do that? And now I'm thinking, oh, I know why they did that. They're tacking on another mode. They're going to make Crackdown have a PUBG mode on it. Well,
With more of a
what do they call
Fortnite
that?
feel.
What do they call that? A battle royal or what is
Battle
that?
Royale.
Yeah.
So is that what that new
Yep.
that all these games are wanting to tack on? I think they're doing that. And now back to Sony.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to do that in Days Gone. I think that.
I don't know if you could do that. Days Gone.
We'll see.
Can we get a SOCOM version?
SOCOM.
SOCOM Battle Royale? That'd be amazing.
Mag.
All right. Predictions.
Mag 2.
So, anyways, that's what I'm thinking about Crackdown.
Now, Claw's trying to take a shot right now in the chat. He's saying the other half will be indie games, and he put quote-unquote big. Yeah, the other half will be indie games. Isn't Claw the one that told us that PlayStation doesn't support indie games anymore?
No, we don't have
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
No, we don't.
No, but they are actually saying that they have at least 7 new game announcements for Gamescom. Some of them will be the pre-show, and it'll carry on into the main show. So I'm actually pretty excited about it. Excited to see what they have to.
I think it's going to be. I wonder if they're going to talk about dreams. Sometimes you need to just take something and throw it away.
I keep wondering what's going to happen with that. Are they gonna chuck it? Because it seemed too big
If you ask me,
to do.
as long as it comes out with a yellow submarine level, I'm good with that game.
You got to make that level. You got to make that level,
that'd be
man.
that'd be a good level.
It would be.
It'll look great with VR, and work well with VR too, moving and creating things.
Yeah, it would.
would.
Because if you played the Harmonix music game for VR,
Yeah, I haven't.
they have the easel mode where basically you have your 2 joysticks and you can create things in 3D and it's super simple.
Yeah, and that's the creative part of it. And then you're making full games like, what's the production company? What are they called?
Which one?
For Dreams.
Oh, it's not Cambridge. It's Media Molecule.
Medium. Yeah, I couldn't
Little
remember.
Big Planet.
Yeah, Little Big Planet. We are huge fans of Little Big Planet over here. If you haven't played them, they're like Mario to the next level. The platforming Mario, not the newest Mario.
I love
Little Big Planet. So we have been hoping that this game does well that Dream. So I'd love to see an announcement on it doing well, but we are not incredibly optimistic that it's going to happen.
Well, we just haven't heard much about it. That's the only.
That's
and that's the
problem.
scary part.
Unless they're just trying to keep it under wraps for so long and they blow us away with something crazy looking.
I would love to see that happen. It doesn't feel that way right now.
Correct.
That's the one thing I'll say this is where Sony is different than Nintendo. This is where Sony is different than Microsoft. Is Sony will they'll take those gambles, man.
Yep.
And they'll be like, you know what? Here's the money, go do it.
Yeah.
The other companies, they don't do that. Microsoft, they just no, we're not. That game's not happening anymore.
Yeah.
EA just did it. A lot of these
Yeah.
big, huge companies won't do it. So good for Sony doing that, but I'm not so
We'll
sure
see.
what that's going to be.
Any other games you guys want to see announced that you would love to predictions on the 7 game, or like just give me one, like your top.
I mean, obviously, we would want either MAG or SOCOM to come back, preferably SOCOM.
SOCOM would be my.
SOCOM 2 remaster, 4K.
Wow.
You think PSX, or you think they're gonna announce?
That wouldn't be a Paris.
No, you think they're gonna announce the Spyro?
That'd be more of a, I mean, because they did that with Crash Bandicoot for
PSX.
PSX.
It is more of a PSX, but they did say ES3 was half the announcement, but I don't know.
For Sony, something old that needs to be new again, or
Just anything what do you
Thing
want
with
to see?
Sony can go with any. I mean, they have.
that library
Yeah,
is huge.
it is huge.
You know what? Right now, I'm so far behind on everything. I'm like, you know what? Just take your time, guys. I'm good. Let's take your time. Because Days Gone, I am excited for Days Gone.
I'd love to see that take your time model. Somebody that followed it,
Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo, well, they always follow it. Somebody that has never followed it and is now following it, Assassin's Creed.
And look at the reviews on that thing.
Yeah, they took the time. They didn't pop one out every year. That game looks amazing, and people are talking about it being amazing. So we've always been of that take your time on a game, and
Yes.
you're seeing it firsthand in some of those things.
I got to tell you, Assassin. If it wasn't for how good that Mario game is, and that the DLC's coming for Horizon, probably would have even bought Assassin's Creed. But honestly, the thing about Assassin's Creed is it always comes out the end of October, and then the week before Christmas they sell it for $25.
Yep.
$35. So honestly, I hate to do this. I'm waiting.
Okay.
And I'll go buy it. I'll pay the $35 for it.
That makes sense.
Been burned a few too many times with that series.
Yeah. I get that.
But it sure is pretty.
I think we can get into the nitty gritty now. We're going to kind of rehash. We kind of touched on it last week about story games. We were talking about Visceral getting shut down.
Mm-hmm.
EA has now come out, and his name was Patrick Sutherland, the EA Worldwide Studios boss. He has come out, and he has said that it is the reason that they canceled, not really they didn't cancel the game, right? They refocused the game, right? They refocused the game, but they did shut down Visceral Studios.
Yep.
The reason that was not because they didn't want to put out a story game. They said
Sure.
story. Yeah, well,
Sure.
they said that they love story games and that it's not because they don't want to put out a story game. It's because the story game they were trying to make was not working. And that shows what their confidence in Visceral had become, which is a little scary because
Yeah.
Anna Henning was...
Amy Hennig.
Amy Henning was on that.
And already yesterday, and I haven't finished reading all the stories.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of people that are working on that game is basically saying that.
Really?
Yeah, they're saying no. This is what our story. What I don't know what they're thinking. These people because they had to have signed an NDA. They had to have.
Mm-hmm.
They had to have. Everybody that works on these games. So
Of course.
they are straight out coming out, firing back, saying, "Oh no! This is what we had planned. This is the direction we were going." And they're doing it, and so now you're seeing people. Well, wait, I want to play that game. It's the game I want to play. So it's all about. I mean, and it has to be.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I don't...
Sorry for your ears.
What happened?
The video was set incorrectly, so
Oh.
when we went in, the audio went crazy. But yeah, it's good now.
Okay.
It's too bad what happened with that. But as far as single player games,
Everybody's talking about Are They Dead? We talked about it last week a
they
little
can't
bit.
be. Look at this week alone. Look at this week alone. You
Yep.
have 3 games all scoring over on Metacritic over 9. You have Wolfenstein.
2.
Yep. You have Assassin's Creed,
Origins.
and you have Mario, Super Mario Odyssey.
Odyssey. Just want to switch. End them for you.
And they're all, but once again, just because they're scoring that high, that's not telling us how many copies they're going to sell.
Mario will sell.
Mario
but
will sell. That thing's going to
I can
fly
tell
off
you
the
guys, I was
shelves.
there at I even tweeted about it. I was there at the for the launch of the games
Mhm.
at 9:00. Because now that we can do it at 9, they're finally even Nintendo is not making us wait till midnight our time. They're letting it go at 9, just like
Good on
everybody
you.
else does. Little late, but they're finally doing it. That line was out the door. I have not seen a launch like that.
It's Halo 2.
I mean,
Well, the one by the GameStop by my place, they always have a line. Like
like
Destiny.
crazy line.
Yeah,
I, mean, this
I
line
remember.
was crazy.
I haven't seen a crazy line since probably Halo 2 or Gears 1. Because now it's like you can get them so many different ways. It's usually a line out the door. But remember, it used to be out the door. Like, remember the one at the
Around the
mall?
building.
Remember the mall? It'd be like out the door, all the way around that second story, all the way back, and you'd see it coming on the other side of that whole mall. Like, that's how it used to be. Is that where you're kind of saying it was?
Wasn't that crazy, but it was out. Like people wanted to go in the store before the store was closed.
Mm-hmm.
They said we can't let anybody else in, so then the line had to start going out.
Wow.
That also too. Now we have a lot of digital sales that you don't
Yeah.
need to go into the line for.
Exactly.
Well, I think the last time we had it, it was God of War 4 at my GameStop. They actually had to segment each line. Okay, your group A, B, and C, and D, and
3?
Gears of War 4.
Oh, Gears of War 4. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Gears of War 4. That's how long the line was. So they would give us, okay, from here to there, you're group A, and we'll just bring you in one at a time.
Claus saying that, and this is not a great argument to the point of our story game's dead. He says Mass Effect Andromeda was a story game. Well, that's not exactly helping
That's
the
probably
point.
why they
Um,
pulled the
Hey, that Prison Break game looks. I don't remember what the hell it's called, but that game looks awesome.
I haven't played
the
it.
co-op one.
Yeah.
Co-op, yeah. I don't think story games will ever die. I'm sorry. I'm
Nope.
not.
Nope.
I don't agree at all. Robert obviously doesn't agree either.
Disagree.
I
They just won't sell as well.
And they
that's
can't.
fine.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna buy it.
Yeah, and I and here's the thing. I love multiplayer. I love playing multiplayer, but I pick and choose the multiplayer I want to play because it's got to be one that we're all going to be playing together, and it's got to I got to know it's going to have legs, and everything. Like story games, I'll pick it up for $20, months later because I just want to play the story. Like I heard that it had good story, so let's check it out,
Yeah.
and multiplayer, as much as they do well, they don't have that depth of legs because
Well, for us.
for us, but just in general, because the next Call of Duty is coming out, so why are you gonna go pick up the old one?
Oh, you mean
Story
that-
games you
okay.
can always go back and pick up. So I never played Order 1886. That's still a game that
That's
I
a
go.
good game.
That's the same game I'd still go back and play right
It was
now.
on sale, I think, for like $5.
I
last
know.
week.
Sometimes
Yeah,
it's $2.
I know. So I just haven't played it. It's a time thing more than a.
And it's not really long.
It's not. It's 12 hours at
Yeah.
max. You can get through it in like 8 to 10.
Yeah.
2 sittings for me is how long.
Yeah, it was, and it's such a good game. And it's
Yeah.
so pretty too.
And that's what I'm talking about. Like story games are, in my opinion, here to stay. I don't know why everybody's freaking out over this. Are story games dead? Is it? I don't see any data or backing to promote that train of thought.
Well, it's the sales. That's the thing that they're.
That's it.
But the sales are never going to be.
Yes, but then why would you
Huge.
make something that doesn't sell?
Exactly.
Well,
That's their angle on it. Because
then it comes into. Go ahead.
Because if you're in why would you sell? You could make a Lamborghini, right, caliber game. It could look
Mhm.
great, but if you only sell 2 or 3 of them, but you can sell 100 Toyotas.
Yeah.
Because people will just buy it. You're gonna make the Toyotas.
And I get that, but there's certain things that you have to gamble on, like the Uncharted. It sold only so many, like 5 million, right, or 15,
5 million.
5 million, and those games are always going to be a little harder, and those just have to have the backing of the studio, right? Those just have to have the backing of their publisher, whether it's Sony, Microsoft, whatever, and know that they're putting this out for the fans, and they're gonna have to try to make their money off the DLC they're putting out later, or the microtransactions. That's what they have to bank on. Other games like Assassin's Creed with the reviews those are getting, you got them cross-platform. I mean,
That will sell 7 to 10.
it's gonna sell. Those games are gonna sell much where you're making your money back. So
That's what I want to see. I want to use Assassin's Creed because that would be best case scenario. Because that is a huge franchise.
the issue with that game in itself is that a lot of people have lost faith in Assassin's Creed. So how much is it going to?
Well,
hopefully
they're
reviews
hyping
push
it.
Yeah,
up.
it is getting hyped right now.
Yeah, so
I mean, it was even on.
we'll have to see in a month or two how well it does.
Yeah.
And that'll show us, I think, a good direction.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think as far as that's as nitty and gritty as I want to go on all that stuff. About it.
You're so funny. So I was reading the chat to see if anybody.
It's just a bunch of claw.
All right.
Speaking of which,
Let's get into the chat lobby ask. This is the Claw. And this is your time. Anybody listening right now, watching right now, this is your time to send us a question. We will answer it the best we can, or we will comment on it, whatever. You can hit us with anything. If you're listening to this in the future and you're on iTunes, SoundCloud, or watching it on YouTube, leave us a comment, send us a DM on any of our platforms. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Casual Misfits Gaming and on Twitter at CMG_Gamecast. And if you throw us a question, we will try to answer it the next week. And we're pretty responsive. We pay attention to the DMs and everything. So if you want to get one in here,
Yeah, just put a little thing there that says Claw's Corner, and we'll make sure we fit it.
it says
in.
Claw, not Claw's Corner.
careful, there's a wall behind you.
So we'll actually start with the question that's been now asked twice, 3 times already.
Twice, 3 times a lady.
Yeah. Before we even
Wow.
got to the Claw, and it's
Wow.
usually saved till the Claw.
That's
People
true.
really want to know, Robert, have you finished The Last of Us? Have you even played The Last of Us yet?
So I wanted to not spoil this in games I played this week, but yes, I have, and
What?
I've played another 3.5 to 4 hours into that game. This
Really?
week.
Wow! Everybody, give him a round of
Yes,
applause.
come on,
Let's
live
come on,
studio
live
audience.
studio
Come
audience,
on.
round of
Yay.
applause. Come on.
Wow, look at Rob Dog
Let's
with
see,
the
I got.
counter.
Let's see. So Tess died because why not?
Oh, the guys. Or guy.
I'm the guy that hasn't played it.
Yeah,
here,
but people
so
on the.
Yeah, you can.
Sorry.
Actually, everybody
the
else. has
Joker
played.
No, no, no,
dies
but-
and Tess dies.
There you
so
go.
Deal with it.
Spoilers.
Oh,
Sorry
that's so
about that.
early, too.
I know it's pretty early. I was gonna
Yeah.
go in chronological order, but now I guess I can't ruin it for people, so I
Yeah.
won't.
But you've
fine.
played it. What,
Yeah.
what are you liking it? You loving it? You hating it?
I
Are
like
you
the
just
story a
trudging
lot.
through
Have
it?
you reached Ish's setup yet?
Issues?
Okay, you have
No.
not. Okay,
Yeah.
I guess
so
I
let me
haven't
tell you
reached
something.
that yet.
When you reach there,
Uh-huh.
you need to spend the extra time,
Okay.
and you need to read every note. You need to look at everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth it?
That story should be its own damn video game.
Really?
Okay.
Okay.
It
So
is
it's worth
so
it.
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, that's there.
Um,
Oh my lord, that's so good.
If you guys are tuning in for the first time or
Okay.
just in general and you don't understand why we just gave him a round of applause for The Last of Us,
It's been a while.
this has been a running joke since podcast number 1. We were on podcast number 34 that Robert got The Last of Us and he was supposed to play and finish it, and it has been
A while.
10 plus months now, and he's now put about 3 hours into it. And so we're giving him that round of applause because he finally is stepping up. And
So I'm
Putting some
still
time.
having the same issue I had when I played it.
okay,
I'm not 100% on console controls yet, so like, it's when you get in fights, you need to hit those gunshots, and I'm missing a lot of gunshots, and it's making the game real difficult to do. But
Wait,
it's
wait.
a lot of fun.
start over. I'm sorry. I
So
missed
like,
that.
I'm not super accurate with controls yet on
Yeah.
console, so I miss a lot of shots unless I
Oh.
line them up.
Yeah,
So the game does not. It's not really helpful when you can't hit
it's
shots
and it's
quickly.
incredibly detrimental to this
Oh.
game because if you don't know about Last of Us, you have to conserve ammo.
You do, and it's very difficult for me. So I end up trying to locate like melee weapons and
You're
trying
just
to
throwing
sneak
bricks
my
and nothing
way.
but bricks at them.
Literally, like I'm like bringing one person at a time over with the brick so I can knock
Look.
them out.
Take solace in the fact that if Zoner could finish it without a chainsaw, you
I
can
can
finish
finish
it. Okay, it's gonna be okay.
Hey, I'm the only one here who's played Bloodborne. So.
That's true. That's true.
let's remember that. But I have a question here: is when am I going to wear the shirt that Elasno got me? And that'll be probably the next podcast.
All right.
And Claw already asked this question a while back
It's a
on
real
another
question, though.
podcast. What are your opinions on Microsoft messing around with the file sizes by having a system that will remove data that you don't need, like other languages?
I thought we already been asked that
Yeah, we
before.
Yes,
talked
that's
about
what I was
that.
saying.
To me, as long as they ask me first, I'm fine. I
Well,
don't want it to be automatic.
so
Okay.
Gears has been doing that on PC. So like we'll get a download and it'll be like a 20 gig download,
Mhm.
and then at the end of it, after it installs, your overall file size is less. So it's like lesser than it had been before, which is kind of cool. But
Okay,
yeah.
so here's what they need to do. Here's my hypothetical situation. Don't install them in the first place. When you first upload the disc,
Yeah, we talked about this last time too. On like when you on the PC, you can download iTunes, but then you can choose: do I want this extra thing? Do I want this?
well, they
Then
should have
no.
a list of questions that they know you won't need the other files. If they ask you what language do you want it in, and you click English, there should not be Chinese on the freaking files. Like, take it all out with a series of questions, and they go, okay, this person won't need this, so it's not something they have to add after. They just never load it on the system.
Like, do you have a 4K TV? No.
Yeah, no
Then-
no
I guess we'll take these
HDR,
texture packs
no
out,
4K texture
So
packs.
funny you mentioned that about the 4K because the Xbox One X is doing that ahead of time. They're letting you know, hey, if there's specific games that have the HDR and the 4K,
Mhm.
go ahead and download those or don't. It's up to you.
Yeah, but that's still what do you call it? Elective.
Yeah, it's elective, but I'm talking like if somebody buys that physical disc, whenever you buy that physical disc, it goes through its initial download and it installs everything. There should be a series of questions, and they have the capability to, what do you need for your system? Maybe even auto
They have the
detect.
technology.
An auto detect. Hey, we detect you're using a 1080p. How do you feel about us not downloading the 4K texture pack for this and the HDR, whatever? That'd be easy. And now that we've said this, it's going to happen, and we can take credit again
Yeah.
for another prediction on
Because
CMG
for all you know,
podcast.
you can actually be at a friend's house on their 1080p monitor, and you download it there, then go home on your 4K, and you're like, well, crap, now this looks like crap.
Yeah,
You know, they should at least
Download the
elective, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see. Also, Claw says Zonner has to play Ninja Gaiden Black on Xbox One. I actually agree with Claw on this.
I'm gonna say that's probably never happening. I've
Wow.
liked some
I
Ninja
had to
Gaiden
play a
games,
game.
but
They are kind of advanced.
well, no, I just don't enjoy them.
That was the most
Yeah,
pleasant
okay.
shot that he took.
Jeez.
they are
They're a little
advanced.
bit
Like-
advanced.
like I
It's,
said-
it's like God of War times 10.
Ninjas
It
don't
is.
use
Agreed.
chainsaws. I'm sorry. So
Actually,
Some could. They
it's
use
really
chainsaws,
against
right?
It's
what
a melee
ninja
weapon.
is. Like, you're not gonna be
They
super
swing it.
hidden with the chainsaw.
sometimes they dress up for Halloween. Okay.
So I went through over half of the one, and it was basically Ninja Gaiden Black, but they put it on the Vita.
Oh,
That
yeah,
one,
I don't think it would play well on the Vita. I can tell you right now,
No,
it's
no,
not.
it was good, but
I can tell you right now, it's not a game for the Vita. That's one that you need the full controller, and I loved it. It is, like Ati said, more advanced. It's one of those, you're gonna play the boss freaking 10 times
Oh
before
yeah,
you
yeah,
beat
no, I
it,
didn't
and
know
that's,
that.
but it's just fun. The mechanics, the feel, and it progresses. It's with a skill tree, more things you can get, and I agree with you wholeheartedly, Claw. That's a game that everyone should play.
Ate, have you played KOTOR yet?
No.
You son of a gun. Hurry up.
Ate, download it. Backwards compatible. You have to turn on your Xbox now.
That means I have to hook
I
up
think
my
it's
Hook
Xbox.
up
10
your
bucks.
Xbox. $10.
man.
Play that game.
It's a
How
good
long
I am-
is it though?
It's at most, it's a 40-hour game, I think, at most.
No, but I can
40
get it
hours.
26,
For an RPG, that's small.
I know,
Yeah.
but it's a good game.
especially
like,
in RPG.
Yeah,
back
I
then.
think
don't
you
have
put.
it-
I think you
Like
beat
I
it
have
in
enough
40.
time. I
No,
do
no.
like 2 races maybe a
You'll
night.
really
I
like
think you
it.
beat it in 40. I think I beat it in 25 hours. I think that was my time on it.
Well, that was also when you were in high school.
I mean, yeah, but it
But you
doesn't-
had the time to do it. You weren't
20.
working.
25 hours is still 25 hours.
Yeah, like he
Yeah, that
ages,
doesn't-
but his
yeah.
his
My skill hasn't changed.
No, I'm
in
saying you had.
RPG.
I'm saying you had the time when you were in high school
to
to
play
do to
25
play
hours.
it.
Let's hear it,
Oh, yeah.
Claw.
I don't.
well, you can just like save it.
Claw says, "I got Xbox breaking news.
Breaking
Hit
Xbox.
us.
Xbox break. They break. Xbox. Is
Xbox is broken. Sorry.
It's
They
broken.
call,
The whole
for some, I
site
think they're
goes
calling
down.
it the Red Ring of Death.
Oh,
imagine.
that'd be original.
Thing that's
Oh,
happening.
dude, if they did that on the One X, I'd laugh so hard.
I would
Red
not
Ring-
laugh.
guys.
At Red Ring of Death V2. Claw says Zoo Tycoon Ultimate Animal
Oh,
Collection Xbox One/PC released 1031 with quality of life improvements, greater zoo customization, and control play anywhere support.
Wait, quality of
New
life
animals,
improvements?
Xbox One X support. He says I didn't say it was good news. I'm like, why are we putting this on the stream? Why
So
did you
yeah,
just make
I'm
me
like,
read that?
Did PETA get upset and say the game didn't have
Damn.
like good environments for
How come I feel like Rick
fictional
Astley's playing
animals?
in the background?
We
right
just
now?
I feel like we got rickrolled.
I know, dude. I'm like,
never gonna
Jesus
give you up.
Christ.
Never gonna let you down. Why?
quality?
So
of
apparently,
life?
yeah, it's a quality of life
Gotta
improvements.
improve those
I didn't know you had to put those
Those
in
graphic
games.
animals need some quality of life improvements.
And you can't call them. Never mind.
Okay, yeah. Well,
Wait,
we'll
are we
just
gonna
leave
get
it
that-
there and say
are we
what
gonna
the
get
What
heck.
do you mean animals?
Yeah,
Are we gonna get a quality of
Are you
life
saying there's
improvement
animals
for
at
the
the
Jurassic
zoo?
World one?
a quality of life for the Jurassic World. Yes.
Oh no.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's it for the claw. Unless you guys have something else, let us know. We'll give you about 30 seconds. Let's shoot to what are we playing for
Dude.
game night?
We need the double Jeopardy little thing.
Honestly,
Gran Turismo.
let's actually.
Gran Turismo.
All right, I'll jump on some Gran Turismo, but
All right, guys.
Just in the
fine.
right game.
here's the
Sounds
deal.
like playing PUBG
Here's
by
the deal,
myself.
though. The truth is you're gonna get a lot out of us probably the next few weeks. It's gonna be a lot of Gears stuff coming out
Oh,
because
dude, I love Gears.
that's pretty much what we're gonna be working. I mean, we're at crunch time. We got 2 weeks now, so we got to put this
Yeah, the
event
big
together.
gear.
Well,
Yeah.
we got another thing to show that we show every podcast if we want to show it again.
What is it? Oh, the video.
Or
Yeah,
you
we
wanna
can.
wait till the end?
We'll wait till the end again.
Yeah.
When we edit it, Ate, I'm just telling you on the stream. Why not? We should just take that part out because it doesn't. You can't see
Take it
anything when
forever,
you're
leave
listening.
it. No.
Audio.
It needs to be
The
on
audio one.
podcast.
Just the audio one.
You don't
Makes
wanna
sense.
hear
He's
that
looking at me
awesome-
like, how dare you?
You don't want to listen to that awesome house music on the podcast?
Yeah, I just noticed it. But
dope,
I think that's it. I think we can end the podcast. So this has been the Casual Misfits Gaming Podcast, episode number 34.
Trace Quattro.
That
Wow.
was so
I
enthusiastic.
guess I'll say Trace.
Trace
Quattro.
Trace
Quattro.
Quattro.
No,
Okay.
it was like Eeyore.
Yo.
All right, so
Hey, Winnie.
Really like it.
okay, so where
Trace
do we find
Quattro.
ourselves?
Where do we find ourselves? We find ourselves at the Casual Misfits Gaming Studio. We're right here. I can see myself. But if you want to follow us later on Facebook or Instagram, you can follow us at Casual Misfits Gaming. And on Twitter, Zonder's going back and forth on the screen, at CMG_Gamecast. And I can tell you Twitter's where we're most active.
Tweets,
Because it's easy to throw out these little tweets, here and there. And then also look for our YouTube channel. Please follow. Please follow. And that is also Casual Misfits Gaming. I
Alright.
think that's it.
Nice.
I think it's been fun. Thanks everybody for tuning in. This has been the Casual Misfits
Dodgers.
Gaming Podcast.
Go
Go
Dodgers.
Dodgers. Episode number 34. I am Matt Rojas, aka the Dread Pirate. With me we had
Me, his honor.
Zoner. Next to him.
Myself. No jeans.
No jeans.
And on the production side,
Got Rob Dog, 1991.
Rob Dog, 1991. He didn't catch the cue that you guys were
Yeah.
laying down for
I
him.
know.
Oh, I
He did
wasn't.
not-
I didn't. I wasn't.
He did
sorry.
not pick
He
up
wasn't
what you were
paying-
putting
he wasn't
down.
paying-
I'm
Yeah.
saying, I'm setting up scenes back here. Whatever.
Just
Mr.
setting up
Mr.
scenes.
Producer.
All right, this has been the Casual Misfits
here
Gaming
too.
Podcast. X-Lorians
X-Lorian.
was here too.
Yes, because it
Episode
was.
number 34. We'll see you next week. Bye.